Looks like the water is around 42 degrees.
See how long till my feet get cold.
There have been so many times where I've really wished I had a pair of waterproof boots. You know, something that I could go into water that's a little bit deeper than my hiking boots can handle. Especially now, it's fall, the water's getting a little too cold to wet wade, but the days are still warm. I don't want to wear waders because sometimes waders on these kind of days, I sweat so much I get almost as wet as I would if I just went wet wading. So when KalKal reached out to me this summer and said, hey, we've got an entirely new product line coming out, would you like to try them out? I'm like, yeah, send them. The things that I was looking for when I was looking for like a rubber boot was A, I wanted something that was fully waterproof, right? And most rubber boots are. But two, I wanted something that I could do some hiking. Often I tend to try to get to a little bit more remote locations. Most rubber boots that I've tried, they just aren't very comfortable for walking very far. And then the third thing that I was looking for was something that wouldn't chafe my legs if I was wearing shorts. You know, it's one thing in the winter time when it's like, okay, well, I want to keep my feet warm and I want to keep them dry. But in the fall or in the spring, you know, sometimes you have those shorts. My past experience have been the rubber boots just tend to sort of slap back and forth against your legs. Over the course of a long day or a couple days in a row, your legs really start feeling the chafing from the top of the boots. You know, these boots have been phenomenal. Sometimes, you know, maybe you're not even planning on wading. You know, like you're at the lake and you get a crankbait or any lure and you get a lure stuck right out of reach. You can't quite get it free. Well, if you can just step into the water comfortably, knowing that you're not going to get wet, you know, you can go in up to, in this case, you know, over a foot deep. Maybe that gives you just enough reach to get that lure loose. And that might make the difference. If you're like me, often you only have one of a specific lure. In a couple of casts, you might catch a fish on that same lure that otherwise you would have lost. Other times, like, well, you know, you might go wading, but maybe you don't have to. And so you start fishing in a certain spot and there's just nothing happening. Being able to wade through some reasonably depth water to access deeper water, it can really make the difference between catching nothing and catching a few fish. You know, after using these for a while, that's when I said, I gotta figure out how do I test how well they're really gonna do in the winter time, right? Because, you know, the water's getting a little chilly here, but it still wasn't freezing water that I'm gonna fish like when I'm trout fishing or even in the early spring. So that's when I decided, hey, let's make our own freezing water and try that out.
Now I'm at 10 minutes of near freezing water and I'm just starting to be able to tell that, like, maybe it's a little cold in there.
After wearing these a good bit, they clean up real nice. I mean, they have a little bit of dirt on them from several trips, but they do clean up nice. Hey, they're waterproof. They're easy just to hose off if you want, which is, you know, good for a handful of reasons, right? It helps you not, you know, transport aquatic contaminants and insects and stuff that you don't want to take from one body of water to another. The things that I've really come to appreciate, these really are extremely well insulated, but they're very comfortable. Like, they didn't feel like I was wearing some sort of, you know, heavy duck boot or rubber boot. You know, they actually fit really well and they're comfortable. The other thing is the way they're designed. I haven't noticed this in other boots before, but these have just a little bit of buoyancy to them. So, you know, when you're getting into water that's you know, up to here, and you're trying to take it easy, it makes it real easy to lift and place your foot. It doesn't feel like there's the drag and almost like the added weight that I feel even like in my waders and stuff. And I think it's because they're so well sealed that it's all air that's trapped inside here instead of getting any water inside the lower part of the boot. It makes it a lot easier to use. So I'm thrilled that KalKal sent me these to try out. They've been fantastic. There's a link down in the description, buy from Amazon. You can have them in a few days. I can't imagine a boot being better. This cuff right here, so the neoprene part is really nice, fits around your leg, it stretches a little bit, but this cuff is very comfortable up against my leg after doing a lot of hiking and stuff in shorts. They've got the little pull tab on the back. This little thing is good for just like kicking them off. They do slide off and on fairly easily. It doesn't feel like some of my other boots where I feel like I'm really fighting them to get them on and off. So they're a great budget option that's comfortable, keeps you warm, and yeah, I like them. So, how long did I stay in the ice water?
Still got the stopwatch running, so it's been an hour and 5 minutes. It was about an hour and 3 when I said, well, yeah, okay, I'm done. My feet feel no different than they did when I started. Not well, I mean, like 10 or 15 minutes in, I could tell like there was a little bit of a coolness, and that's all I feel. Like, they're not cold, they're not uncomfortable at all. The water got down to 41.4 degrees. It's currently 41. Started at 43. So I've just been sitting here playing games on my iPad and you know, having a beer. These boots are incredible. They're extremely well insulated. They're comfortable. I think they're great if you're just looking for something that you can get into the water. I like the higher ones. You can get them on Amazon. Link's right down there below. If you buy with my link, it helps support the channel. So thanks for watching. If you need a pair of boots, grab these. They're fantastic. See ya.